Aloha my kako, you guys. Oreko Ino. Today is Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. Your motivational quote for this Tuesday. Sorry, I was gonna make it a transformation or transition Tuesday, but I'm just gonna call it a motivational Tuesday today. And that motivational quote for today is, don't ever stop being your true self. Just because you like somebody, just because you want to impress somebody, just because someone says, oh, that's not you, you know, or you should change yourself, change your personality, or you should change who you are, or you should go do this, you should go do that, or you should invest in, doing this, and it'll make your eyes look so better, your lips look so better, or your body so much better. You can make all the changes you want. You can spend all the money you want, and it's still never going to change who you truly are, because you know who you truly are on the inside. Now, coming from someone who's always been self-conscious about himself, always wanted to, how you say, get noticed, being noticed, but you know, I didn't do nothing. I didn't change nothing about myself. I may have gotten a few more, couple jewelry, and I still will. I may have gotten better stud earrings. I may have gotten different brand of watches, different clothing, two tattoos, but some of these things, like these two, for example, these things or anything I wear around my neck, and these two tattoos, they're nothing but a meaning behind it. There's always a story behind something for me, especially when it comes to like jewelry or, like I said, my tattoos. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever gone through, everything I do is always a story behind it. Even the clothing, yeah, maybe, but like I said, stuff like the necklaces I wear has a meaning behind each and every one of it. These two tattoos that I've gotten in 2016 and just recently, 2025 recently, has a story behind it. Everything I've ever done or everything I do and I go about is always to hope to tell a story. Not a boring story. Some people may see it as boring, but a story of resiliency. A story about being strong. A story about changing on how I thought about things, how I did things, how I wanted to be a better person, a better individual, a better son, a better brother, or just someone who can say, you know what, he went through shit, he went through hell, he still goes through it every day, but he's not gonna let all that get the best of him and make so much drastic changes he's gonna regret it later on, next week, 5 years from now, couple months from now, within a calendar year. Everything I ever do is wanting to leave my legacy. Now that's to be determined if I ever have kids, which I know I will. I believe I will. But just for other people to know that, that guy Ray, he did this, he did that, he overcame this, he overcame that. He overcome so much obstacles. He climbed so much mountains, no matter how high it was. He completed and did what he wanted to do, what was best for him, and you know, to show that you can overcome anything, you can achieve anything. Because life is short. Life is a very small window that we all have. We never know when our day is up. We never know when the day will be called up to heaven. We never know when it's just gonna be like, okay, this is it. And that's why I always want to tell stories. I always want to be known as the strong person, even though I was always weak, always picked on, always bullied in school. But I overcame all that and achieved so much and learned so much. Because without all that, I wouldn't have anything to share. I wouldn't have lessons to look back on. I wouldn't have the adversity that I needed to overcome such things, if that makes sense. Because you're only good as you stay true to who you really are on the inside and the outside. And believing you can. And knowing what you gotta do is what you gotta do. And staying true to yourself. no matter how much changes you want to do or you want to make, or someone tells you to do so, because nobody knows you better than you do. With that being said, this is Better Right from Maui signing out. You guys, aloha no chihu.